Here is Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
All right, baby. Welcome to the Gridiron. If you give this video a thumbs up and maybe share this video, that would be absolutely freaking awesome. If you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. If not, please get down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way next time I go live, if I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge, baby. What do you got to lose? But if you are subscribed, thank you. Also, in the description box below, the very top link, if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. I got 3 different membership levels. Each one has their own little perks to them. So once again, if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. And I thank you in advance. And then finally, a little ways down in the description box, there's a link. It takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants, The Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. We have over 9,300 members in the group. It's doing simply marvelous, might I add. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing and if I have internet access, I'm putting stuff in that group darn near 365, right? It's over 9,300 members in the group. It's growing daily. It's called the New York Giants, The Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You will not be dissatisfied. I promise. All right. Well, it's almost game day. An injury report came out, unfortunately. Our stud, not going to be on the field once again. Yeah, no Malik. So we got actually looking like we got a stud from each side of the ball is going to be out for the game here with the Bengals. The one thing I do like, though. Oh, what's up, buddy? One thing hey, knock on wood and all that, right? Is that this is the 4th season I've been, doing the Giant games, with YouTube. And this season so far, once again, knocking on wood, the injuries have been like, really down. I don't know if it's all Aaron Wellman, a new guy with the sports science or whatever it is, or that we brought him back, or what it was. But I'll tell you what, I mean, Kayvon's out here like some broken bone or something. But I mean, like as far as like the hamstrings and stuff like that, it's like that stuff is way down. I mean, not much you can do about a concussion. I mean, if the guy's gonna get concussed, and right? I said, but Kayvon with his, right. Maybe the bone he broke in his wrist or whatever. I mean, it's football. Stuff like that's going to happen. But I mean, as far as like all the other injuries, I mean, obviously there was the groin. Hopefully, Singletary might be back. We'll have to wait and see. But I mean, the injuries are really, really coming down quite a bit. I'm very, very impressed about that. But unfortunately, it looks like. But I mean, now we put up some points last week. We moved the ball up and down the field against not a super spectacular Seahawks team, as was noted on Thursday night. A powerful 49ers team came in and they moved the ball up and down the field. I mean, so the Seahawks defense is not super phenomenal, right? But the Giants moved the ball on them, which is what you got to do. Now the Giants have obviously being the home team now, will have not a very good Bengals defense coming in. And so, they've given up a lot of points, a lot of yards. I mean, the Ravens were just walking up and down the field on them last week. So that's what the Giants need to do. Now, the Giants, right, against the Seahawks, without their number one running back, without their number one wide receiver, were able to had over 400 yards of offense. We're able to move the ball. Really, from one of the shots that I saw, it looked like there was a possibility maybe Eric Ray got that ball over. I mean, so there was a possibility with any luck for the Giants. With about 5 minutes left to go in that Seahawks game, it literally could have been 30-6 Giants. So the Giants, moved the ball very, very well. Now, that's something the Giants are going to have. We're going to go over this offense and defense stuff here. What's up, buddy? All right, here we go. My dog, Randy, he'll tell you what, he gets these eye boogers. It's amazing. Every time you look at it, it's like, he's got these boogers. You know what he does a lot? I don't think he had somebody, he does it on purpose, but like try to rub his face on your leg or something like that. I was trying to wipe his boogers off. I don't. It's amazing how often he has these eye boogers. But anyway, we're going to go over the Giants' offense and the defense, against the Bengals in a bit or so here. But New York Giants changed Malik Nabers' injury status 2 days before the Bengals game. So Malik Nabers is out. Devin Singletary, the Hammer, the Scottish Hammer. Where did he come from? He wasn't on the list, but so they're questionable. Now, the Hammer's been doing pretty good. Now, the thing is that, it can be interesting because the Hammer's been there with Joseph. Now, if the Hammer can't go, who's going to wind up holding the ball? Interesting. I mean, there's 700 trillion punters out there, right? It is what it is. But the Hammer's been doing pretty good. He's really come. He was a lot. He was like all leg a couple years ago. You know what I mean? I just booted like 80 yards. I'll kick the coverage. I'll boot it 80. They'll run it back 70. Is that good? No, that's not. That's not good. Yeah. So he has gotten a lot better. A lot better. Let me tell you what. So the Giants will be without receiver Malik Nabers against the Bengals on Sunday Night Football. Now let's hope. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully, this will be the last time because couple of the games we got coming up. I mean, we need all hands on deck against the Eagles. We need as many offensive weapons against the Pittsburgh Steelers as we can get. Steelers got a great defense. Their offense is not very good, but we need to put points on the board against the defense of the Steelers. It's not going to be an easy task. They got a very good defense. But we need all the help we can get. So we've seen that we can move the ball against a suspect defense. We need to continue to do that this week because it's a good chance the Bengals are going to put some points up on the board. Good chance the Bengals will be in the 20s somewhere. So we need to match them. The bad yet not unexpected news was delivered by head coach Brian Daboll during his remarks before Friday's practice. The outlook for Nabers looked dim when Daboll said Thursday he hadn't progressed in a concussion protocol since Wednesday. Observers of Thursday's practice noted that Nabers was just riding the stationary bike on the side during the on-field portion of practice. So, obviously, Nabers suffered a concussion. Unfortunately, it was late in the fourth quarter because it was against those Cowgirls. Went to the ground after his attempted catch, passed along the sideline on 4th down. But so the Giants managed to overcome the loss of Nabers against the Seahawks with a much more equitable distribution of the football. Instead of 95% of the passes going to Nabers and the other 5% sprinkled around, 70% to Nabers, 25% to Robinson, and the other 5% sprinkled around everybody else, But, so the distribution last week was a little bit better. We still need to find Jalen Hyatt. I don't care what you do. I don't care if he's in a shotgun formation and Hyatt comes in motion, you catch the ball and you flip it to him. Get the ball in the dude's hands, Jalen Hyatt. Get the dude the ball. Get him something. Anything at all. Have him go out there for like another 40 snaps or something like that without a catch is just absolutely freaking ridiculous. I'm not saying he's open on every play, but got to get the dude the ball. Let's see. 4 different receivers saw at least 4 targets with Nabers out, as opposed to Nabers and Wan'Dale Robinson seeing 29 of Daniel Jones's 40 passes attempt. So basically, 75% of Daniel Jones's pass attempts against the Cowboys went to either Nabers or Robinson. 75%. Offensive coordinator Mike Kafka said of Jones on Thursday, I think he did a nice job distributing the football against the Seahawks. When opportunities came up, he stepped up and ran it well. He also ran the ball 11 times too. A couple of them were kneeled down. So, he ran, but he ran quite a few times. He's got to start. Let's hope it's not something that's going to keep happening. Let's hope, when he starts taking off, that he starts sliding down. Let's not take too many hits here, Daniel. All right, you're just coming back from a major injury. All right, let's slide. Let's learn to live for another play, shall we? Hey, I think Daniel's our best option here. I don't want to see Drew Lock coming in off the sideline. The only reason I want to see Drew Lock running in off the sideline is if the Giants are winning 40-3. Okay, halfway through the 4th quarter. That's it. The O-line did a really nice job of protecting the offensive line coach, Carmen Basilis, and those guys. The skill guys complimented that as well. We also know that the Giants will be without edge rusher Kayvon Thibodeau as he recovers from his wrist surgery. Dable said while the injured reserve is a possibility for Thibodeau, a decision hasn't been made yet. So, it's if they put him on injury reserved, of course, that means he's going to be out. They're thinking, well, he's going to probably be out for at least 5 weeks or 6 weeks or something like that. But they think he can come back in 2 or 3 weeks. Nope. Absolutely not. So it'd be kind of interesting to see something on the wrist. Now, usually if it's a broken bone or something like that, you're looking at probably like 6 weeks or so, but I don't know, whatever kind of fancy gadgets they can have or something, to put, so to keep it immobile or whatever. I'll have to wait and see. Can he heal up reasonably well in a couple of weeks, and then they can try to keep it immobile, and I'll have to wait and see. A lot of it also, I'll have to see how Aziz adapts to his growing role here, because he's been like on the field like maybe about 20 snaps or so a game, right? I mean, basically when Kayvon comes out to grab a little bit of a breather, Aziz goes in there. Burnsy might come out for a little bit of a breather. Aziz goes in there, but you're looking at 20 something snaps, right? So now basically his snaps are probably going to double. Can he stay healthy? That's one of his biggest problems. Can he stay healthy? So we got the full injury report here. And obviously, so we got Malik Nabers with concussion. He's out. Kayvon, he's out. Devin Singletary and Jamie Gillett. Singletary still with the groin, questionable. And the hamstring, he's questionable. Now, the thing is, you kind of hope it would be like, you kind of with the hammer, right? You were kind of hoping there would be something in the upper, I mean, I don't know. It says a hamstring. Now, I don't know if it's the hamstring on the plant leg or the kicking leg. But, I mean, either one, I'm sure, can't be very good. I mean, especially if you're trying to punt, like you got to pull the hamstring. I mean, so. The one nice thing is, I said, there's a trillion punters out there. Right? It's just that the Hammer's been doing pretty good. He's really been doing good. He was a real good pickup for the Giants. And Bryce Ford Wheat shoulder, he was limited with his shoulder. So is he questionable? He's questionable too. So basically, we got 5 guys on the report. 2 of them are out, and 3 are questionable. So I mean, just in the past, especially this time of the season for the Giants, I mean, they would have easily double-digit guys in the past on the injury report. I'm doing this with the last year of Joe Judge and the first 2 years of Dable. I mean, by this time of the season, easily got double-digit guys on the report for the Giants injury report every freaking week. It was just ungodly. But I'll tell you what, so far I said we only got 5. One guy's got a concussion, and one guy had a broken bone, I guess. Right? I mean, there's not much you can do about that. So we got one guy with a hamstring, one guy with a groin, and one guy with a shoulder. Right? So we got 3 guys who are kind of questionable. Now, obviously Bryce Ford Wheaton didn't look too bad returning that blocked field goal back for a touchdown. But, he's a big-time contributor in special teams. So, but also, like with him too, is that, he moved up the pecking order for the wide receivers because whatever he was, I don't know, 6th, just say 6th, right? Malik is out. Boom. Now he's number 5. So now he's number 5 on the pecking order of wide receivers, but he's also a big-time contributor on special teams. So now if he can't go, who's moving up, who's moving up the pecking order for the wide receivers, but who's also going to take his spot on the special teams. So interesting. But it's a shoulder. I mean, obviously nothing's broken, hopefully. So hopefully it's just some soreness or something. So even if he has to, sit out or whatever, or possibly if it's this shoulder, right? Maybe he can try to, I don't know, whatever, get around from without using this shoulder too much. So maybe he doesn't aggravate it. I'll have to wait and see. But tell you what, the injuries this year so far for the Giants have really been down a lot. So keep your fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed. But the Bengals got 2, 3, 4. Bengals got 7 guys. But 3, I'm sorry. Let's see. I didn't even show the Bengals here. It's the Giants injury report. But we also have here no game time status. That means all these guys are going to be good to go. Burnsy with a groin. Phillips with his calf and his shoulder now. John Runyon with an illness. Ty Summers with a hamstring. Greg Van Roten, he had a rest day. Dory Jackson with his calf, he was full practice too. And DJ Davidson with his shoulder, he was full practice. So we got some guys. Excuse me here, guys. I got a little bit of a cold. I do apologize. So, but I mean, the injuries, they really seem to come down quite a bit. So, Giants, keep your fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed. So, I said the one nice thing is that, you can think that the sky's falling because Malik's not going to be there, but we've proven against, I said, and it's, the Bengals defense is not, is really, I mean, Lou Anarumo, he used to be, I think he was with the Giants. I don't know if he was he used to be our defensive backs coach. I mean, this is quite a few years ago. I mean, he's a very good defensive coordinator. They just don't have the players. They're spending their money on the offensive side. You know, when Higgins wants to get paid and Chase wants to get paid and Burrow wants, when you pay 95% of your salary, of your, you know, your salary cap to 3 players or whatever. I mean, it's, you ain't got a lot of money left to go around. And they have some good fighters. I mean, some of them have also been injured as well, too. But, I mean, you know, their defense is a liability. So, but we've shown we can move the ball and score some points against a weaker opponent. We need to do that again against the Bengals, because the Bengals, good chance, are going to put up at least 20-something points against the Giants. Their passing attack is very, very good. Very, very good.